This is ABC News.
The opportunities are red hot in the Houston economy. Ask yourself, am I positioned to prosper from the financial boom happening right now? Whether you work from a 1099 or a W-2, each week, Jonyprofit with the Executive Entrepreneur will help you leverage your talent, experience, and connections. Act now. Business-minded people just like you deserve a piece of prosperity from the world's energy capital. Phone lines are open. Dial 713-622-6397. Follow us on your social media platform of choice at EEHOUR or email your questions and comments to online@eehour.com. Now here's your host, Jonyprofit.
All right, thanks, Faith, for that great intro, and thank you, the great Joel, who's out there on the wheels of steels making it happen. And as well, I want to give a big howdy doody over here to Daniel, who has has that buzz. He has that cut thing going. Big date this weekend? Oh, hold on, we'll bring you up. What happened?
I was just trying to look professional. That's why I have the alfalfa cowlick here.
He looks awesome. And if you really want to know what he looks like, all you have to do is go to EEHOUR.com and you can watch us live. You can see the show. You can see us. We got 4 or 5 cameras rolling. We should have good audio. We're up and moving. So anyway, welcome to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour. Yes, I'm your host, Jonyprofit here. And this is the show that helps entrepreneurs gain better structure, scope, the ability to grow and scale. And it helps executives figure out, where's the next buck coming from? How am I going to keep my job? How do you go out there and find new and emerging markets or new and poorly served markets and all that kind of stuff? So anyway, I'm going to get on my 2-minute soapbox for a minute, and then I'm going to bring in all these wonderful folks. We have a full studio. If you want to go in there, I have the studio shot right now. You can see it's full in here. Once again, Fire Marshal, no problems, buddy. We're good. So one of the things that I've found from either dealing with clients this week or working on companies or heading out to different events is there's like 3 things that entrepreneurs just completely lack. It's like you don't focus on it. And one of the things happen to be the tools you select. So when you walk up to me and you're trying to hand me your card, and I'm thinking, this is an important thing. Can you just like bump phones or text it to me or something? But you got to get rid of that card. Or you end up sending me to a website that's not the greatest website on earth. Or I ask you, hey, is there any way we can tie in to your enterprise resource planning setup? Or is there a way that I can give you a bunch of data and you can send us out in an e-blast? And they can't do it. And I know Anthony's over there chomping at the bit. He's like, that's all I do is technology. But anyway, so it really irks me when you don't take the time as a small business owner to get your tool set together. Something that organizes your thoughts, something that helps you communicate better, all the different things that help you become a more powerful person. The other thing I took issue to was focus. So I'm sitting with a client and I'm trying to be patient because I'm not a people person. You know that. You follow me long enough. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You've said like 18,000 different things in like one sentence. And I've been a victim of this myself. It's focus. You can't be all products, all services, all everything to everyone. You cannot be a super parent and a super business owner. You cannot be a baseball player and a track star at the same time and expect to go to the top. And so many of you are just looking for that right thing that will just stick, that you don't stick with anything long enough to actually make it work. Now, there's some of you out there doing things, and I'm just thinking, I hope it works out for you. I really do. I just don't see how. But more of you are out there with 5 or 6 things going on. You're flipping property. You're investing here. You're starting a book. You're trying to do this and you're trying to do that. And I'm thinking, which one are you going to be good at? And so it took me a while to even rein myself in. The last thing is the right person. Networking is great, but at the end of the day, the person you're taking your time out or you're taking your time with, how are they helping you by you being able to help them? And I think, many times we just don't really consider what's the trade-off, what can each of you bring to the table and create some type of synergy to make it worthwhile. So with that said, Joel's giving me the music. We're going to go out here, check on traffic and weather. You're listening to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit.
Spring to Channelview, from Missouri City to Conroe, News 92 FM, your station for news, traffic, and weather. News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
Look out for road construction on the Baytown East Freeway, I-10 inbound. The 3 left lanes will be closed as you move between McCarty and Lockwood. This is causing about a 20-minute delay. Expect this until 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Highway 225, the LaPorte Freeway outbound between the East Loop and Highway 146. That's going to take you about 15 minutes. And we have road construction blocking the exit ramp from the Gulf Freeway, I-45 inbound, as you try and go eastbound on the South Loop, This is scheduled until 9 p.m. tomorrow night as well. I'm Stephen Foss, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Have some plans for some weekend festivals around Southeast Texas? Well, don't let the clouds keep you away from those festivals today. Go ahead and plan. Take the family out. Enjoy the weather today because by tomorrow, it all goes downhill very fast. In fact, the forecast calls for a 30% chance of some light rain or drizzle beginning late in the day today, most likely by tonight as warm air advances out of the Gulf Coast, warm, moist air, that is. And that moist air becomes even more unstable with the likelihood of a few thunderstorms producing heavier pockets of rainfall, especially north and northeast of the city, something that we've seen numerous times here these last few weeks of springtime. Temperatures should hover near 70 to 72 both Sunday and on Monday. We're back in the sunshine all over again. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
News 92 FM is covering Houston.
Join News 92 FM this evening, 5:30 to 8:30 at the Sci-Fair Wine Fair 2014 at Cypress Village Station. Enjoy more than 30 wine tasting stations, craft beer tastings, culinary tasting stations, and live music. Stop by the News 92 FM tent and say hi. And News 92 FM is going to be eating mud bugs at the Pearland Crawfish Festival, happening in Shadow Creek Ranch today and tomorrow. Enjoy great food, pounds of crawfish, live music, armadillo races, funnel cake eating contests, and make sure to stop by the News 92 FM tent tomorrow to win cool prizes. Get all the details at news92fm.com on the lifestyle page.
Be honest. Will owning a bigger TV help you get ahead in life? Will another pair of shoes make you a better person? Probably not. But what if you could speak another language? If acquiring a new language excites you more than acquiring more stuff, then wait until you hear this. As part of its biggest language learning event in history, Rosetta Stone is giving away demos of its powerful language learning software absolutely free. For your free demo, call 1-800-606-5611. And Rosetta Stone has made language learning more convenient than ever. Learn on your computer or iPad, then practice on the go with your smartphone or MP3 player without ever opening a book or memorizing boring vocabulary again. Do you want more stuff, or do you want a language that will last a lifetime? After all, it's all about priorities. To try a free demo of this powerful language learning software, call 1-800-606-5611. Again, get your free demo now. 1-800-606-5611. That's 1-800-606-5611.
Hello, everybody. Alan Thicke here. You know, it takes money to run a country. Your money. And that's why if you owe back taxes, the IRS might garnish your wages. They could levy your bank account, come after your home or business. But truth is, they'd rather settle for less than bother you more. So they have this brilliant program to help if you're behind on your taxes. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. They're offering this to help you solve your tax problem once and for all. You could qualify for a settlement that's substantially less than before these changes. Nobody knows these tax relief programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Their attorneys and agents will work to get you the best possible tax settlement, and they're fully accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Optima for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-3585. 800-343-3585. 800-343-3585. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. We've got musical chairs, as always, going on here in the studio, and we've just added one more musician to the chair. So Renice Edwards has joined us. She's going to bring us that update on all things procurement, all things opportunity. Remember, the reason I like the whole procurement field is because when people actually have a need that is predefined and they have money to spend on it, well, they're a good fit for what I like to do. So welcome to the show, Rainice.
Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I am
Bring
excited. Hey, look, there's a lot of opportunities. So today I'm not going to talk about one opportunity.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about, I heard you talking about networking before I came in. So there's some opportunities to networking. Get your pens and pencils ready and some paper because here we go. So I don't know how many people know that the Housing and Development City of Houston portion got about $4 million to do business with people here in the City of Houston. So on April the 8th at the Palm Center, which is 5330 Griggs, there is a Doing Business with Housing and Community Development presentation. Old Spanish Trail Community Partnership is putting this on. You want to be there if that's an industry that you do business with. April 8th, 11:30 a.m. And guess what? They're going to give you something. They're going to give you complimentary refreshment. So make sure you go over there.
Come thirsty.
Come looking for some water. Come thirsty for money. Come thirsty for money opportunities. And here's one I'm excited about. April 10th. That's Thursday, April 10th at 10:30 at the BBVA Compass Bank Tower. The Tri-County Black Chamber of Commerce is partnered with BBVA to put on an Accessing the Capital You Need for Your Business. They're going to talk about all of the programs that they have for small businesses. I'm excited about this one. They came out and did something for us last month. This is an exciting opportunity. You don't want to miss that one if you need capital for your business. They have some great programs for small businesses. And another one that John and I will be at. John, I don't know how many of these we go to. It's so many of them, right? And I see Anthony there too. So I know he's always in the room. Government Procurement Connections. If you're poised to try to do business with the government, you want to be at GPC State of Procurement. That date is Thursday, April 17th, starts at 9 a.m. We will be at the HCC, that's Houston Community College Southeast Campus, which is 6815 Rustic Street. You don't want to miss that. It is going to be an exciting event. We have a lineup of about 17 different organizations that are going to talk about procurement opportunities and how to do business with them. What's the next one? John, here's another one we're going to be at.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. John is going to be a keynote speaker. Along with myself. I don't know how that's going to work with two keynote speakers, but Saturday, April 19th at the Sweetwater
Jay-Z and
Country
Beyonce.
Club, 4400 Palm Royal Boulevard in Sugar Land, Texas. Finesse Productions and Entertainment is doing a after 5 formal event for networking, something a little different. So you want to be there. It's April 19th. I believe it starts at 7 p.m., but I'll make sure I have that information before it's all over with. So if you want to hear John speak, you need to be there. If you want to hear him speak in a little bit more detail, make sure you're there. For those of you who want to do business in transportation, I'm going to suggest that you make your way to the 5th annual
Talk
Shirley
right into that mic.
Scholarship. I'm
There we
sorry,
go.
Shirley A. DeLibrio Scholarship Fundraiser. It's COMPTO, and COMPTO is it's the Houston chapter of Conference of Minority Transportation Officials. I will tell you that if you're looking to do business with Metro, those people at Metro will be there for you to do business with, or at least to meet them, because you got to be in the room. You got to figure out how to get where you need to be, where these people are that you want to do business at and with. So that's Thursday, April 24th. I have no idea where this place is, but the Alley Cat Bar and Lounge, 3718 Main Street. And Shirley DeLibrio will be there. For those of you who don't know, she ran Metro for a long time, and she was called the Queen of Transit. She's a phenomenal woman. And I'm going to make sure Daniel gets all this information so he can have links to the website. Another one, WBEA, the Women's Business Enterprise Alliance. They have their conference or their expo coming up, and I know they were in here a couple weeks ago.
April
April
here.
Day was here
Yes.
just a couple weeks ago,
Just
right?
Dunking on me.
Well, she dunks on a lot of us.
April's quite tall, yeah.
She's quite tall. And I thought I was tall with heels. She got me beat even with heels. But they have their expo. You want to be there. It's not just for women. Although it is the WBEA, it's May 28th through the 29th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. It is a great opportunity to connect with both small, medium, large-sized businesses that you need to get there and know about.
Right, because women lead in entrepreneurial development.
How about that? Women rock,
Yeah,
right? Because
they do.
when women succeed,
America succeeds.
America succeeds.
All right,
How
so
about that?
let's run out here a break real quick, America. We're going to get a little traffic and weather, and when we come back, we're going to find out how to keep America just as successful as the day it started. All right, here we go.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
If you're on Highway 288 outbound, expect a 20-minute commute as you move between the Southwest Freeway and Highway 6. Road construction blocks the left lane of the Southwest Freeway I-59 inbound as you move between the West Park Tollway and the West Loop 610. This is causing about a 5 to 10 minute delay and causing stop-and-go traffic as you come in from Hillcroft. And we have road work blocking the 3 right lanes of the Katy Freeway I-10 outbound between Heights and TC Jester. Expect this until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm Stephen Foss, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Have some plans for some weekend festivals around Southeast Texas? Well, don't let the clouds keep you away from those festivals today. Go ahead and plan. Take the family out. Enjoy the weather today because by tomorrow, it all goes downhill very fast. In fact, the forecast calls for a 30% chance of some light rain or drizzle beginning late in the day today, most likely by tonight as warm air advances out of the Gulf Coast, warm, moist air, that is. And that moist air becomes even more unstable with the likelihood of a few thunderstorms producing heavier pockets of rainfall, especially north and northeast of the city, something that we've seen numerous times here these last few weeks of springtime. Temperatures should hover near 70 to 72 both Sunday and on Monday. We're back in the sunshine all over again. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying the weather. It looks like it's starting to take a turn for the something out there. But anyway, just want to make sure that we finish up with Rainey's, what she was saying here. So if you got your pen and paper, great. If you're driving around, you're just listening, I thank you. Daniel's going to have it. You can go to EEHOUR.com or you can just put EEHOUR into your browser and trust me, it's going to pop up somewhere. You can catch it in the Twitter feed or anything like that. All right, Rainey's, back to you and what is going on.
Here we go. 2 more events. If you want to do business again with government, the University of Houston has a hub forum. This one is April 29th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Conrad Hilton Ballroom. That's on the UH campus, University of Houston. You really want to go to that one because I looked at this. I know I'm going to be in the place because they are having from 9:15 to 4 a spot bid fair. For those of you who don't know what that means their procurement people are going to be in the room. Anthony just got excited about that one. Their procurement people are going to be in the room to do spot bids. It means they have opportunities, and guess what? The successful bidders are going to be notified of awards the following week by those state agencies and the universities. You don't want to miss that. I know Anthony's going to be there. He is like about to jump out of the chair. Again, that is April the 29th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. On the UH campus at the Hilton. And then if you're looking to do business or you want to get to know some key people in the international arena, the G7 Global 7 Awards is coming up. And that's May 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Hilton Americas. That's the G7 Awards. There are some small businesses that are being awarded for the work that they do in the international arena. I'm certainly looking one day to go international, John.
Yeah,
we're going to take it on the road.
This show is streaming around the world right now at this moment.
That's right, right now.
And I'm always harping about, showing up to Davos and doing the whole G7, G20, anytime you can get in front of a G, it's kind of symbolic these days.
Yeah.
But still, you're in the room with people who know people who know people. The closer you get to power, the closer you get to profit. So,
that's right.
Jeff, we're going to come to you in a moment. I want Anthony to say hello because he had some things he wanted to announce because today is really about bringing you information to get you in the right place at the right time.
Well, it's interesting that you talked about tools, focus, and team. This week in 1 Million Cups on Wednesday at the Microsoft Store, 9 a.m. in the Galleria, we're bringing together H3 TV, Healthy Hip Hop. They pretty much teach kids great mental and physical habits through hip hop. They're coming to us from Kansas City, and they're actually doing a 10-city tour. So Houston is their stop out of Kansas City. And so with them coming, we've had another company, YPD Development, who focuses on building confidence and actually grades in teenagers. And so when they came to us and we knew that, for example, Healthy Hip Hop was coming, we decided to put them together because YPD is actually in Latin and South America. Talk about international connections. They're in like Peru, they're in Mexico, like they're very successful in these other
You're really
places.
good at that Mexico part.
Hablo español, amigo.
Okay, keep going. My fault.
Falo portugués también. So yes, they're actually here in the U.S. to establish a program here locally in Houston, and so they were looking for some local people to work with. So hence we're pairing them team, as Jonyprofit talked about, with Healthy Hip Hop and some of our local entrepreneurs. And that's this Wednesday, Microsoft Store, 9 a.m. Right above the ice rink in the Galleria, because we know some of y'all get lost in there.
Yeah, and then they want to stand out front and play. What's the game out front?
Yeah, they always out there clapping and
Yeah.
going on.
What
We
is
got
that
time.
game? Just Dance. Like, come in the store, man.
Yeah,
Stop
come
just
in-
dancing.
Dance in the store, man.
Okay, so Jeff's on the line. Jeff has some awesome information as well. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you?
It's always great to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you so much. There's so many great things happening in Houston. It's hard to pare things down to one thing a week. But this week, what I think is really interesting, especially for the social entrepreneurs and the folks who are entrepreneurial with their nonprofits, is Net Squared Houston is meeting on Tuesday, April 8th at Stag's Head Pub at 7 p.m. And they're going to be swapping the technology trends and highlights from South by Southwest and the Nonprofit Technology Conference. So there's a lot of really cool tools that can empower nonprofits to, fulfill their technology mission that are out there that are really easy to use, and you can learn a lot about it at Net Squared Houston.
Awesome. You say hi, Daniel? You
Hey,
just gonna sit
Jeff,
over
how
there
you
all
doing?
Quiet.
Hey, Dan, how are you, buddy?
Doing really well, man. Doing really well. Thanks for calling in.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hope to see you up here one day. That'll be even more fun.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, so there's a lot going on. And again, if you want this information, you can always go to EEHOUR.com, find out more information. Daniel does a great job over at Redshift Writers. I started with the sore throat thing last night. I've been trying to fight it, It's not sore now, but as you can see, I don't have my radio voice. Anyway, Daniel, what's going on with you?
A couple things that are going on. Next week, as many of you may know, it's the Rice Business Alliance competition, big yearly event.
Business plan competition of all others, the biggest in the world.
The biggest in the world.
Yeah,
so
it is. I mean,
it is.
Yeah, when you walk in there, you realize they're not playing.
Yeah, so we'll be. I'll definitely be in there for a minute as well with our good friend Michelle Price. Redshift Writers also officially started officing this week in River Oaks, 1964 West Gray, Suite 200. So feel free to come by, have a cup of coffee with us. We are roommating with our good buddies Uptown Consultants with the great Drew Wilson, who is not in town today, but he's fantastic. He's going to have to make his way into the studio at some point as well. And I got a story for you on this, focus and people side of things. I'm just gonna fit it in. It'll be a 20-second story.
Go for it.
This is for all the service professionals out there. It doesn't matter what kind of knowledge worker you are, but just look at it this way. And I know every week John talks about extending your accounts receivables and the kind of mistake that can be if you overextend yourself and if you have 50 different clients as opposed to 1 or 2 or even 5 different clients. And in the last month, I've run into clients who have done things like they'll talk to friendly competitors and they'll do it in a very very kind of almost deceptive way, and they think it's not going to get back around to you. And I think the lesson that I learned from that is, one, like you said, it's not really gearing your focus in on the ones that are the winners. Instead, you're trying to keep everybody in the bucket. But some of these clients can be liabilities in that respect.
Yeah.
So when you spread out your focus too much, you open the door to those bad people who can really hurt your business.
You all right, man?
So yeah.
I got a tissue.
No, I'm doing great.
I mean, I feel your pain. I mean, I'm serious.
Hey, they're not in the portfolio anymore.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes you got to fire a client.
Oh, and my absolute favorite is tell me everything you know and I'm going to get back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Flag on
And
the
then
play.
right. And then the next thing you know, it's like, no, we don't need you. We found my cousin who has this great idea about this thing you told me. So anyway, we're not going to duplicate weather or traffic. We're going to let the experts do their job. We'll be right back here on the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with the crew.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Bill Fogle Collision. We have road work to look out for on the Southwest Freeway I-59 inbound. The left lane is going to be closed between the West Park Tollway and the West Loop 610. Expect stop-and-go traffic as you come in from Hillcroft. And we also have road work on the inbound side of the Northwest Freeway. As you move between Bower and Mason, that left lane is going to be closed. Expect this until August 10th. We love our cars, and when they're damaged, we want them to go to the best repair shop in town. That's Bill Fogle Collision Centers. Call 281-589-2455 or go online to BillFogleCollision.com. That's Fogle, honesty and superior workmanship. That's Bill Fogle's promise to you. I'm Stephen Foss, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Want to catch up on some spring activities this afternoon? Well, it looks like this might be the best time this weekend because by tomorrow we've got heavy rainfall heading to Gulf Coast areas. Temperatures should be, for the most part, very mild, very easy to work outdoors and get some of those honeydews checked off your list. The rain chances are only 30% today, but that increases to 70% on your Sunday. We'll see a pretty good chance of some sunny weather and spring-like temperatures returning first thing Monday afternoon. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHEU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Houston Black Real Estate Association presents the 2014 Home Buying and Lifestyle Expo, April 12th at George R. Brown. Everything about the home buying process all under one roof, plus prize giveaways including flat screen TVs, notepads, toolkits, gift cards from Verizon, Comcast, and many others. And admission is absolutely free. Attend home buying and finance seminars presented by Houston's top banks and mortgage lenders, including Capital One Home Loans. Meet face-to-face and learn about their $3,000 closing cost credit. Enjoy home improvement demonstrations and landscape classes presented by the professionals from Home Depot. Learn how to install faucets, ceiling fans, and more. Visit the Noel Furniture Showcase stage. It's the HBREA's 2014 Amazing Home Buying and Lifestyle Expo, April 12th at George R. Brown, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Admission is free. Presented by Capital One Home Loans, City of Houston, Amegy Bank, Bank of America, Chase Bank, Prime Lending, and Wells Fargo. Pre-registration powered by Microsoft. Details online at homeexpo2014.com.
If you're worried about paying your mortgage, here's some good news. The federal government's Making Home Affordable program has been extended. Also, there are new opportunities for more struggling homeowners to qualify. If you're having trouble paying your mortgage, additional help is available. Get mortgage relief today. Visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 888-995-HOPE. That's makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 888-995-HOPE.
There's no way that I'll let another crew work in my house. I gotta admit, I was expecting the usual loud music, dust and dirt that contractors leave behind. To my surprise, the guys from Allied Siding and Windows did exactly what they promised. We barely noticed them. They showed up on time, went right to work, cleaned up every day before leaving, and I didn't hear any music other than my own. Oh, the windows look great. Beautiful work. We're calling them again for new siding.
Ford technicians really know tires. After all, they sell one every 4 seconds.
Have your tires inspected during the big tire event going on at your Ford dealer. You'll even get up to $120 in mail-in rebates on select tires when you use the Ford Service credit card. Subject to credit approval. Rebate by prepaid debit card. Other tire manufacturer rebate or offer cannot be combined with Ford Service credit card rebate or offer. See a participating Ford dealer for details through 5/31/14.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying this day for the weather shall only turn this morning here on News 92 FM. So anyway, let's see. We're going to swing the mic around to Paul, who has joined us along with Stephanie. You two can there you go. There you go. Yeah. And so they joined us as well. Give us some updates on what's going on, Paul. What's happening? Because you remember, again, I don't know if the stream. So we have all the new technology here today, and I'm really excited about it with my new 5-camera setup. But for some reason, I'm not getting the feed. So anyway, with that said, you'll be able to watch the show later on. But you can see Paul, and Paul can see me, and I have one of my tiny shirts on again. Again, I went to my daughter's dresser drawer, and I pulled out the smallest shirt she had. Squoze up in it because when you're over 40 and you're not fit, then you failed. Sorry. If you got enough time to go to all the meetings and eat all the steak at Fogo, and you can do all this wonderful stuff, and you can go buy the car, and you can do all this, but when we see you, we're thinking, you're going to die, dude. What's that on the, what are you doing? Do a push-up or something. Yeah. It's at fail. So Paul has returned to tell us about the mindset and some events that are coming up.
Right. And here's the key. You got to choose the right tool.
Choose the right tool.
Choose the right exercise. You know, when you find exercise, think of it as a lifestyle. So you want to plug into something that you already have a heart for, something that you're already good at, or something that you want to be good at.
Gotcha.
And then you put fitness around that. We have coming up next week.
Right in there. There you
next
go.
week, next Saturday, April the 12th. The Family Fit Festival is going to be at Minute Maid Park, 501 Crawford, 77002. And it's a family event, especially for us executives, the entrepreneurs. You want your family involved. You don't want to get this health thing and put it in perspective and not pass it on to the next generation. So the kids are actually the essence of who we are. So if you're not going to work out for yourself, do it for your kid.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons that I started because I got small ones and I'm like, man, when I turned 50 and this dude's like, Dad, come tackle me. Or my daughter's like, Dad, Taekwondo is great. Let me show you a new move. We got issues if I'm running around like my peers who are, taking every med you could find.
Yeah.
Their knees are blown. I mean, everything. And so, again, do it for the kiddos.
Right.
Do it for the kiddos.
Yeah, and it's not that serious, especially now. We got the change in season.
Yeah.
We're swinging to spring. Spring just got started, so we got longer days, which gives us more sunlight. More sunlight produces more UV rays. More UV rays produces more vitamin D. So let's get outside and do something healthy.
Actually, I work out to actually keep myself being able to do the things that I want to do. So it has nothing to do with, all the side effects. It's more of I just want to do stuff.
And that's the thing. It has to start from within. It can't be a vanity perspective. You can't look at the six-pack, look at the mirror.
What?
And want to
That's
work
my
out.
angle.
That's a side effect, John.
Exactly.
Look at my shirt. It is fitting.
Right.
My fault.
Extra medium.
Yeah. and consistency. Stay with it, and it will manifest. It will produce.
Any
and it will
groups?
show on the outside.
You know any groups?
Yeah.
Let's start our own Fit and 40 Men something meetup.
Let's do it.
Okay, Daniel, can you type that so I remember it?
You got it.
And if one of you want to do it, that's fine. I mean, I have a membership on Meetup, but I'll come to your event. We'll promote it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Please do, because
Yeah.
I had a friend, not even 40, pass away from a massive heart attack.
Same here. Oh yeah, all the
Seriously.
time.
I talked to him
Right.
one day, the next day he was dead.
Right.
Right.
And
So
it's
it's
cool to say
important.
you're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get it. You're busy, but that goes back to the focus. You're not focused.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
You're scattered.
Yeah. Early morning workouts will actually induce that focus that you need, get that adrenaline running, and it'll definitely help throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, especially the energy at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so with that said, Stephanie, you want to say something?
No,
You wanna say
absolutely. Just
something? Just pull the mic around.
to
It's
sort of
three.
support the events that are going on in the city. Keep yourself healthy. Trey Magazine will be out shortly talking about innovation, mental innovation for the youth, and TheTremag.com. So we're looking to really support not only being role models for ourselves, but again, you're sort of teaching another generation what that focus looks like, both physically, mentally, and without a teacher or directive. So it's always good to be there and always good to keep the work going.
And so it's like-minded, the right people. So right now, I can literally say I'm sitting in the studio with a bunch of like-minded individuals, and I'm really excited about it because what happens is if you're new to the game and you're just coming up, especially if you're new to Houston, there's a lot you have to go through and figure out and find out and develop and bump your elbow, knees, head to find out who's for real and who's for fake. Who has your interest and who has their interest at hand. And so I will say I'm very fortunate this very second to have 1, 2, 3, there's 20 people in here. Fire marshal, no problem. In the studio. But, I do business and I would do business with any of them at any given moment. One thing I just want to say hey to Coach Steph, and she just brought me this drink. I don't know what it is. I'm going to wait till after the hour in case I have Drink? No, Joel just told me to drink, and I'll have some allergic reaction and be like the nutty professor sitting up in here, like. But anyway, we're going to go to break, and we're going to come back. We're going to really hone in on those three things that I talked about earlier, because that's what makes or break you every time you have the opportunity to show up to one of these events and there's someone with signature authority in the room. So with that said, let's go check traffic and weather. We'll be right back on the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with the crew.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
Current travel time on Highway 249 outbound is going to be about a 10-minute commute as you move between the Beltway 8 and North Point Boulevard. 610 the East Loop northbound at the Port of Houston. Roadwork blocks the two right lanes. Expect this until tomorrow morning. This also has the two right lanes blocked on the southbound side as well. And if you're on the North Loop 610 westbound, as you move between Highway 290 and Hempstead, the right lane is going to be closed for construction. Expect this until December 31st. I'm Stephen Foss, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Have some plans for some weekend festivals around Southeast Texas? Well, don't let the clouds keep you away from those festivals today. Go ahead and plan. Take the family out. Enjoy the weather today, because by tomorrow, it all goes downhill very fast. In fact, the forecast calls for a 30% chance of some light rain or drizzle beginning late in the day today, most likely by tonight as warm air advances out of the Gulf Coast, warm, moist air, that is. And that moist air becomes even more unstable with the likelihood of a few thunderstorms, producing heavier pockets of rainfall, especially north and northeast of the city, something that we've seen numerous times here these last few weeks of springtime. Temperatures should hover near 70 to 72 both Sunday and on Monday. We're back in the sunshine all over again. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Here's something you don't hear on the radio every day. Someone who can't see. I am totally blind, and I go through periods where I'm unable to sleep at night and feel like I'm constantly running but can never quite catch up. But this isn't a sleep problem. It's something called non-24. Learn about the link between total blindness and your symptoms. Visit learnmorenon24.com or call 855-856-2424.
Sponsored by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. With the stock market at all-time highs, if you're retired or retiring, it's critical to have an exit strategy in your plan. What goes up can come down.
This is Ken Murray, host of the Money Matters radio show, inviting you to our next free seminar.
Clients that followed Ken's advice did not lose money in the stock market crash of 2008. Seminars this week are Tuesday in the Galleria area, Wednesday in College Station, and Thursday in the Woodlands. For details and to register, go to moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
Is going on all over the greater Houston, Texas area now. How do you take advantage of it? And so, being part of GPC and on the education committee and working with Rainy East and a lot of wonderful people like Tico and a bunch of folks, the goal was, how do we help you as an executive entrepreneur or a small business owner or whatever you call yourself these days, make the most of the moment when you show up? So you got groups out there helping you write a business plan, groups out there with your elevator pitch and all this other stuff. But I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, it's about showing up, and showing up. Okay? That's how come a lot of you are sitting here so busy going to all these workshops and training sessions, and you're reading and you're writing, but you're not showing up to anything. So no one knows you exist. And then you're upset when your competition lands a big contract and you're trying to figure out, I'm 10 times better than that guy, or I could whoop the pants off that girl, and they get the deal and you don't. You can't figure out why, because in your mind, you're the smartest person in the room, when the one thing you fail to truly understand was you need to be in the house. And that's why all these people are sitting in the studio with me today saying, this is what's going on. And I could tell you, when it comes time to meet folks that have great influence and great power, and they own the resources, or they got great influence over the people here in Houston, the volunteer side of it is huge.
Huge.
I was 10 years with SCORE, so that means I was at every business function you could possibly imagine. And I mean, the network that I created from there is what drove me over to the whole Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Initiative. And then the wonderful people that I met in the program that took part, made it possible for me to keep growing and growing and growing. And so that's how Rainice and I met. Otherwise, we wouldn't have crossed paths. I was still in the studio trying to be the best at whatever it is. Many of you get lost on the fact that you think it's the product. You think it's what you do is what makes a great business. And I've told you over and over again, accounting is for small business and getting rich. Economics is for big business leaders and getting wealthy. Huge difference, because you can only count so many pennies, but you better be at the table when we start carving up the pie.
Say that again, John.
You must look. Okay, so if I say, hey, Rainice, let's build us let's build a super train from Dallas to Houston.
How about that?
And you say, sure, and we meet up, and then we start thinking about, well, who's going to do this? Who do we trust? Who's going to do that? Who do we believe in?
Yeah.
Who's going to do this that's not going to leave us hanging out? Who has capacity? Who has volume? And we, or they, or whomever, start dividing up the pie right there.
Yep.
And then by the time you see it as, I'm bidding on everything, we've already cut it up, decided who's going to get it, and it's just a formality.
Look, John, you know what I say. If you show up when the procurement hits the street, you're too late.
You're way too late.
Especially on a big one. Those teams of people that are going to go after that work have been formed years sometimes in advance. And I think the thing is that we've got to look at and be more wise as business owners to be able to say, okay, what are the capital improvement projects? What is going on in this city that I live in? Where are the opportunities? And then realize who typically goes after those opportunities and start to meet them.
Yep.
Look, I worked for a company for 6 years, tried to get a meeting with somebody, I don't know how many years of the 6, couldn't get one. Don't know why, but had a chance to run into him now that I've started my own. Wow. I didn't even call him back. I was supposed to call him back. Okay, Daniel, don't say it. I was supposed to call him back. How about he had his secretary call me now?
That's how it works
because
now.
he knows what I do.
Right.
He trusts me.
Yeah.
And I now have a meeting with him to talk about how to get on contract. You got to get there early. You got to get there early, guys. John, you can't say that enough.
And actually, to add to that, especially on your tools portion, you think about, all right, I've targeted who I'm looking for, who I'm looking to go after, but you got to remember that they're looking for tools too. So are you that tool? This really goes back to capacity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so I can tell you, being prepared on the tool side, and that's why I'm just really happy that you're doing stuff over the Microsoft Store, and that we're going to come up with a way to leverage, because everything I spend money on right now is a tool to help me become more effective and efficient. And so when I meet people, and like I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but you know who you're listening to now. I can't count on people. And so like Tony Starks, I never wanted to count on people, okay? If my software and my equipment can't do it, then I need to go get more software and equipment, okay? Because at the end of the day, these things may blue screen out, but I can pull it out the cloud, boot it back up, and it will email 1,000 people. It will call 100 people. It will check that every project is on time and on budget. It will do all this, and guess what? It'll never say, man, you're getting all the money. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Man, you get all the credit, and I'm the one back here loading all those names into your contact database. I'm like, wow, I'm sorry. I thought we were working on it together. And that's not a slight on people. That's just human behavior. And that's why we have solo entrepreneurs, or we have small business owners that are stuck at 7 employees, because that's all they can manage, that are averaging about 200,000 each. So they're stuck at 1.4, 1.5 million. And so the goal is to leverage technology. Now, like I was saying earlier, I got a warning from my tablet, from my phone, from my computer. I think there's like a big light that shoots out over the sky that says, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing that. And you can't be tech shy and expect to compete. You absolutely cannot be tech shy. And so I'll ask this, what type of technology are you looking for?
I think that's the best thing
is
you've
Stephanie.
described. This is Stephanie with Trey Magazine. I think it is to sort of fill in the gap for where the people fall short.
Yeah.
There are so many people with the right intentions that are chasing so many balls that even when they're apologizing, even when they came to you with tears in their eyes saying, this is my dream come true, how can I? Oh, but I can't make it today because I have 8 balls that I'm chasing and that other one is taking me to another direction. So it's really to find system tools that allow your system to run almost automatically. So okay, the basic thing, if you want to get me, here's Google Voice. That's been a lifesaver. Some very simple things that allow you to administer. And then that way it has been helpful because if you have the right tools, you can go to a bigger pond.
Yep. And
So
I'll tell you,
globally,
look, the best tool I've had back in the day has been, and not because they're here, but the Houston Public Library.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you go into the database, whether you want Reference USA, whether you want all that stuff, because you don't have a $14,000 a year access to a college database, you can go to HPL and you will find everything you need. So with that said, you can do that while we're on break. Don't move from the show, especially for streaming, and we'll be right back.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Birra Paredes Restaurant, 500 Louisiana. We have road work on the North Freeway, I-45 outbound between Spring Stubner and the Hardy Toll Road. The right lane is going to be blocked off. Expect this till July of 2015. And we're traveling at posted speeds on the Hardy Toll Road outbound between the North Loop 610 and the North Freeway. Birra Paredes, 500 Louisiana. Enjoy the best Italian food in a great Irish bar in the heart of Theater District. So before or after the show, it's Birra Paredes. Serving continuously till midnight, Birra Paredes, 500 Louisiana. I'm Stephen Foss, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Want to catch up on some spring activities this afternoon? Well, it looks like this might be the best time this weekend because by tomorrow we've got heavy rainfall heading to Gulf Coast areas. Temperatures should be, for the most part, very mild, very easy to work outdoors and get some of those honeydews checked off your list. The rain chances are only 30% today, but that increases to 70% on your Sunday. We'll see a pretty good chance of some sunny weather and spring-like temperatures returning first thing Monday afternoon. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHEU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Just about everything your business does depends on the internet. Payroll, file sharing, mobile devices, security backups, video conferencing, phone.
But if your internet connection is dependent on slow DSL from the phone company, your business could be slow.
That's why Comcast Business has high-speed internet that's built for business. It's built to run up to 5 times faster than DSL. It's built to grow as your business grows. It's built to give you local, dedicated support, 24/7, 365.
Why use slow technology to run a fast-paced business?
Business-grade internet from Comcast Business. Built for business. Buy internet, get voice and TV for just $34.90 more per month. Visit ComcastBusiness.com or call 800-501-6000.
Offer ends 5/31/14. Restrictions apply. Speed comparison between Comcast 100 megabits per second service and 20 megabits per second DSL downloads only. Limited one voice line and private view TV for new business customers. 2-year contract required. Requires subscription to Comcast Business Internet and additional monthly charge. Equipment, taxes, fees, including broadcast TV fee extra subject to change.
For more than 70 years, MD Anderson has provided unparalleled cancer care. Now, they've extended their services to your neighborhood with regional care centers in the Bay Area, Katy, Sugar Land, and the Woodlands. For more information, go to mdanderson.org.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. Last 10 minutes of the show, 8 minutes of the show, something like that. I hope you had a good time. If not, I hope you give me a call and tell me how I can make it better. Anyway, look here. You got a lot of opportunities that are out there. Sadly, as with all things, some people are driven. Some people like to get driven over. So you get to make that choice. As we've said before, you couldn't be in a more lucrative or optimistic market right now. As long as we get that pipeline coming through here and as long as we're processing that stuff and as long as we're digging holes in the ground looking for more stuff and the world's coming to us for energy, this is your moment to shine. This is your moment to go from the have less to the have more if you focus on the right markets and the right people. So with that said, let's get some contact information around the table before we get out of here so people know how to get a hold of you. And we'll start with ladies first. Rainice, bring it.
My contact information, phone 281-746-5319. That's 281-746-5319. My email address is Rainice Edwards. That's RAYNESEEDWARDS 08@comcast.net.
All right, Steph.
Stephanie Coleman, our contact information is TheTremag@gmail.com. That's TheTremag@gmail.com. We can reach via phone 347-687-3624. And the books are located at 100 locations throughout the city, expanded to Detroit, Miami, New York, and places near you.
Paul, go ahead.
I am Paul Queen, and I'm at paulqueen.org. My Twitter is at
Get
Quality
fit.
Wellness. Yes. And Facebook is at Quality Wellness. If you want more out of life, then help more people.
So I'm Anthony.Covington, organizer of 1 Million Cups. You can reach me phone 713-487-5542. Email Anthony.Covington, Covington, at CerberStar.com. And as far as website, you can actually find me on 1 Million Cups. That's the number 1 millioncups.com/Houston.
Redshift.
Daniel J. Cohen, founder, lead writer, Redshift Writers, www.redshiftvriters.com. Call us 832-489-7643. Again, that's 832-489-7643 or contact at redshiftvriters.com. You can also visit us at the 1964 West Gray office, Suite 200, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We write to win.
Okay, so with that said, keep in mind, this is a live show. Yes, I could pre-record my show, throw it on the air, and you guys could just listen to it. But I want to bring you what's going on in real time, and that's why these folks are nice enough to take their Saturday off to come hang out with me, because we're all very driven. It's hard for us to find people to hang out and play with because we're all like busy, you know. And when people want to hold us back, we're like, can't do it. But they make time to come up here because they have great information. So I want you to go online at EEHOUR.com. Follow us on Twitter, get this information that Daniel just gave to you, and reach out to these folks, because each one of these individuals are very, because they stay out here doing it. And I'm going to tell you this. The one thing I have figured out in the time I've been here since 1993 is that your reputation follows.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And so I'm once again really excited that, everyone in the studio, literally, is someone I do business with, or I'd say, I know them. Because you know me, I'll tell them, like, I know them, but I don't like them. That's just the kind of guy I am. So with that said, look, for this week, here's your takeaway. Here's your homework for this week. I want you to commit to yourself to get focused, Last year, I was not focused. Why? Because things went awry, and I found myself doing all kinds of things to just stay above water. Okay? And you see this in everything. It doesn't matter if you got $100 million or you got 47 cents to make it for 2 weeks. When you start getting scattered and you start spreading yourself thin and you start trying to hang around with anybody that'll hang around you, only bad things can happen.
Yeah.
Okay? So I want for this week, say you cut hair, you mow yards, you do taxes, take all those cards and just throw them away. I want you to pick one thing based on what the people in oil and gas want, what the people in the medical center want, what the people that support IT in this town want, what the government officials, what the college. I want you to find people that have discretionary income, and I want you to focus all that craziness you're doing on what do they want, not what you're good at. Don't come out of corporate and open a bar. Don't come out and start flipping houses. That's not the best use of your talent. So this week, I want you to focus. Don't decide you're going to be super mom or super dad and launch 2 new companies. Don't do it. Pick one. I don't care which one. But the problem I run into over and over again, you got too many product lines. You got too many scattered people underneath you, and you just can't focus. Believe me, if you take one thing, even if it's the silliest idea ever, and you focus on it for 30 days, just 30 days, it's the same with fitness. First 30 days, you don't notice much, you just feel a little better. Second 30 days, you start to see something. By that 90-day point, people are touching your body like, oh my, what's going on? And then you're addicted. And the next thing you know, you're like, I'm going to keep doing it. And that goes to that mindset you're saying.
Yeah.
So I want your mindset now to be focused. Stop trying to be all things to yourself, let alone everybody else. You can chime in with a couple seconds left, but that's what's on my mind when go ahead.
Focus, focus, focus. But to those small business owners, I'm going to give this away to the first person that emails me. I'm going to give away a 30-minute strategy session. 30-minute strategy session. I'm going to give away 2. First person that tweets.
How'd you get 2 now?
I'm going to do 2.
Okay.
First person that tweets and the first person that emails me. That's Rainice Edwards 08 at Comcast.net.
Say it one more
Give
time.
away Rainice Edwards 08@comcast.net. I'm giving away 2 30-minute strategy sessions. I saw you over there,
I was like,
Anthony.
can I be in studio to win? Okay. So again, she's connected and she knows where all the bodies are buried. So take advantage of that. And again, if you ever want to get a hold of me, you can do it through the Urban League. You know, I'll explain that later. But again, that way for those of you who don't want to pay, they'll subsidize it for you. But anyway, go to EEHOUR.com to get more information about everything that's going on. We're ramping up. You're part of this. We need your output. We need your put. And so the whole purpose of this show, once again, is just to help executives and entrepreneurs bridge that gap and make you one and the same as we move forward. So with that said, it's a couple minutes before the hour. We're getting ready to roll out of here. Have a wonderful and productive week. And thanks for coming out, everybody.
Texas is our home. KROI Seabrook, Houston. News 92 FM. Your station for news, traffic, and weather.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. It sounds like the plot of a movie. An American couple planned a daring middle-of-the-night trip